My name is Rachel Greenbaum. I'm 39 years old and I live in Los Angeles, and I work as a Krav Maga self-defense instructor and licensing representative. I'd like to share my experience with student loan debt incurred at a predatory for-profit school. In 2003, I was very interested in pursuing a career in visual journalism. I looked for programs online and came across Brooks Institute for Photography. Brooks promised an excellent education that would lead to opportunities in the field and pointed to high employment rates and future earnings that I later learned were false. Brooks made it seem their admissions program was highly competitive, but it turned out that they were actively recruiting as many students as they could enroll. When I applied, I was accepted immediately. I attended the Brooks Institute of Photography in Ventura, California from 2003 to 2006, and I graduated with a Bachelor's of Arts degree in visual journalism. Brooks counselors steered me towards federal and private loans to pay for this program and pressured me to take out the maximum amount of loans available. They presented me with loan application forms and told me that the jobs that I would access after graduating would allow me to repay these loans and earn much more. They also misled me about the cost, raising the price of tuition if we took off a 2-month session and then re-enrolled for the next session. Brooks put a lot of pressure on students to take out these loans, and my mother had to co-sign for these loans in order for me to qualify. I ended up taking about $175,000 in federal and private loans that I am still trying to pay off. Meanwhile, I've been unable to find any permanent position in visual journalism and have not made more than $750 doing temporary projects. This is truly not at all what I expected after receiving an A on my graduation project, filming and producing a short documentary on Hezbollah's 2006 attack on Israel from Lebanon. While I was at Brooks, it seemed like the school was more interested in charging me than providing me with a good education. I had previously attended the University of Texas at San Antonio and taken many general education courses that would easily have been given credit at any other college. Yet, Brooks refused to accept these credits and made me take unnecessary courses unrelated to my major in order to satisfy general education requirements. This just seemed like another way for Brooks to gouge me for more money. I later found out from classmates that not only would credits not transfer into Brooks, but that schools would not accept transfer credits out of Brooks, even though Brooks has told us that they would. The student loan debt I incurred for useless and regrettable education at Brooks has prevented me from moving ahead financially to this day. When I heard about the Borrower Defense Repayment Discharge Program in 2016, I submitted my application to the U.S. Department of Education, and I have yet to hear back. In a desperate effort to deal with my looming debt, I signed up with a debt relief company that takes half of my paycheck every month to try and settle my loans.
Are you kidding me?
Despite telling me they would settle all my loans, I'm still being pursued by debt collectors for 2 of those loans, and I'm not sure the debt relief company is helping me as much as promised. The debt collectors have threatened me with harassing calls and overcharged me for my loans. I'm 39 years old and I earn about $2,500 per month, half of which goes towards paying off my student loans. Some weeks I literally don't know if I'll be able to buy groceries, and I survive off of protein bars. While I do enjoy my job, it's completely unrelated to what I studied at Brooks. I have poor credit, I don't own anything but my car, which is actually in my mother's name, and I rent a room in a house from my friend's mother. I doubt that I'll ever be able to start a family with this financial situation, or even just get my own apartment. This is not where I thought I would be when I started studying at Brooks Institute, but this is where my student loan debt has left me.